Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Masterful Morning Show. I'm Marian.
I'm Taylos.
Melanie. And
What are we talking about this morning, everyone?
we are talking about morning routines. Yeah.
Okay, first off, what time did you wake up this morning? 4:30.
Well,
3:30.
Oh, Melanie, we have a winner.
Dinner.
Oh, man.
So, because I am like the earliest one. So it's really like the same time a little bit earlier. Yeah. So, mountain time. So, yeah.
Nice. So what is
but
your
I did mine 14 hours before you, just saying.
Yeah. You are the time traveler.
Taylos is coming to us from Australia. It's actually nighttime right now. No sun.
So how's our day? How's our day gonna go?
It's gonna be awesome, Melanie. Just you wait.
Awesome. I'm so happy.
It was a good Monday. So what do you guys do as soon as you wake up? What does that look like? For me, I do the Oprah thing where I say thank you before I even get out of the bed. I say thank you. I let that resonate and see what comes up for me. Sometimes it's like just a thank you for waking me up. And sometimes it's like just bursting with gratitude and ideas. And then I follow that up with today's going to be an amazing day. And then I think about why it's going to be such an amazing day. And if I don't have any whys or reasons, then that's my homework as I'm getting up out of bed and into the bathroom and getting dressed, is like figuring out, okay, how am I making this an amazing day? So yeah, those are my first moments in the day before I walk into the kitchen and tidy up my home. What about you guys?
That's pretty cool. I do something similar. I didn't know it was the Oprah thing, but I'll wake up. As soon as I wake up, I'll list 3 things I'm grateful for, just to get me primed as well. So, and it can be some days when my brain's just needs some focus. It's like, oh, I'm so glad this sheet is so comfy. I'm so grateful for that. So I'll do the 3 things before I get out of bed as well, and get moving. And it does just, it puts your mind right in that focus of looking for the good. Absolutely.
I quite often get up before my alarm.
Yes. Same.
That's a good day. And I start off straight away with a 10-minute meditation, just to get focused, calm, ready.
Nice. I'm the kind of person that if things are in disarray, I cannot focus on anything. Like I'll just be thinking about all the things I need to do. And so before I step into my meditation time, I will look around my home and put things away. I'll like put all the dishes away, tidy up the living room. My husband stays up for hours after I've gone to bed because I have an early wake up call. And so I just like tidy up anything that's been left out. And then I can feel at peace. And I can breathe deeper because I can sit down and meditate and get into the zone. And lately, I've been doing some hypnotherapy work. So I've been listening to some hypnoses. But other than that, I really like to dive deep into silent meditation and using a mantra internally. And then, of course, I end it with visualization of my future.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Meditation is one of those things that I find rather difficult, and I'm new to it. Marian, you really motivated me to get going on that. I had all these rules around it, and I had this concept that it was supposed to be this really big, intricate thing. So now it takes me a little bit longer. Once I get up, get moving, then I sit down and I just do 5 minutes just to get myself centered and just to get in the zone a little bit. I haven't delved really deep into it, but it's already just with that little bit in the morning helps give me a lot more clarity and calmness. I don't have, before it was like, it was always go, 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 go. So it's really helped bring that calmness for me in the morning and helped center me. it centers me a lot. So that's probably the one area I want to delve more into, but I'm happy with where I'm at right now because it is new to me to doing it consistent. So yeah, meditation is one of the things that I still am working on, but I'm loving what I'm seeing from it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. When I finish my meditation and I come into my like headquarters, my hub here, I work in this office like all day, and I turn on my computer, it will be so easy for me to get sucked down the rabbit hole of email or Facebook or all sorts of things. So I always make sure that I open my browser that takes me to my journal, and I like go through all of my affirmations that I've collected, you know, and just like remind myself of who I am and what I want to become and what I want to have. And then I'll actually set my intentions for the day. And I'll, you know, craft my vision based on what I just meditated on, if there's anything that needs to be tweaked. But for the most part, I'm doing my gratitude, and I'm setting the intentions and picking out my most important tasks. For those of you who like productivity stuff, yeah, I'm picking those out and figuring out at the end of the day what will make it amazing, and making sure that I prioritize doing those things. Today's my biggest intention is I need to exercise. It was a very fun leisurely weekend, and I'm like, I need to move. So that's like my first important task after this call is going to be some exercise.
I like moving on from doing the meditation because I have a chair in my room that I'll do it in. And then I have my little box of 3x5 cards. So I have 3 that I'll go through and I'll read them. And then I'll do the visualization each independently. And then it's kind of funny because I have, you know, the different things that you set up your intentions to look into different areas of your life. But there's, you know, the favorite one that will just take you into that beautiful dream world and, you know, just really dive in deep. I love visualizing, which it's funny because it is visual, but to me, it's more just like floating through and feeling everything. It's just the absolute, like in the process, in the moment, getting lost in that. I could really spend all day there. Like I will do that throughout the day as well. I think that's that along with the movement and the exercising are like just huge. Like I call them my candy pieces, you know, it's just like those beautiful, wonderful things that help brighten my day.
Yeah, so for me, I like to call it my hour of power. So after I've gotten ready and done the meditation, spending at least 45 minutes driving in the morning, fill that space with, first of all, listening to my favourite podcast, which is Sean Croxton's Quote of the Day show. Then playing my audio file with goals, which I speak out loud whilst it's playing, play the favourite song, and then listen to a YouTube clip on a motivational speaker, which, you know, I find either an hour long or 4 to 6 hour long session, so I can play it all week and really fill that time with positive motivational stuff, and it makes a huge difference to the way my day goes.
Yeah, absolutely. I've never tried the whole reading of my goals and then listening to it. That's definitely something that I might want to try out. I actually, while I'm tidying up my home, is when I'm listening to the Quote of the Day show, and also Sincerely Her by Tam Starling, because they just get me going. They just get me really ramped up and in that positive headspace, so that when I do eventually sit down on, you know, to meditate, it's not like I'm sucked into like this world of what I need to do. It's more of a more higher level motivational situation. Is there anything else you guys do in your mornings to make them powerful?
Well, I wanted to jump in real quick. I had heard you, Taylos, yesterday. I'm sure you said it before, but when you mentioned, like you did just now, about how you say your goals out loud, that wasn't something I was doing, and that I'm like, that's really powerful. I mean, we always talk about, you know, talking with others, making sure you hear yourself And I realized, I'm like, that's pretty cool. I'm going to start implementing that. So I forgot about that this morning, but I will include that in my nightly routine. So that's a good one. So I appreciate that. And
yeah, it's something I sort of came up with when I was doing a lot of driving and felt I didn't have the time to sit down and write them, because that's part of my afternoon routine. And I figured that by speaking them myself, without that visual prompt or anything like that, really reinforces subconscious of going through those goals and, forcing yourself to be present to what you're actually saying with that intention. So I find it quite useful. Yeah.
Well, what it struck home to me was back before I knew all of these tricks and knew how powerful they were and was living in the negative mindset. I remember like in high school when I was in sports, I'd play tennis. And if something would go wrong, I was very vocal with myself. And I'm like, Browning, this is horrible. And it was a vocal thing. It was, my partner had to endure that and hear, that coming out of me. And so I think that's why it struck such a chord with me when you said you're saying your goals out loud. I realized how much damage I was doing, not only the internal, but even vocalizing it. Because once I hit that point, that game was going downhill. There was, there was nothing. And when things started going well and you're like, yes, and you celebrate with your partner, it really lifts you up. So I think that's what really connected and reminded me of the past behavior and, how powerful saying it out loud can be. So definitely it's something I'm excited to work on.
Yeah. And I think that the whole concept of reminding yourself, my morning routine is certainly awesome, and it fills my day and it propels me into my day, but it's also super important for me to remind myself of those things throughout the day. So I do meditate in the afternoon as well, which is probably the first time after my morning routine that I reconnect with everything and remind myself of everything, and also just finding that time to sit and to be and to see how has my day gone so far, because my day's not over when I'm meditating in the afternoon, and how can I course correct as needed so that I can keep going, and if I haven't hit all of my most important tasks, what is that going to look like in the second part of my day, the second half? It's like it's like an athlete sport, just like really gearing myself up. And then, of course, I end my day. I think I used to talk about how my morning routine starts the night before, like actually going to sleep at the right time is going to help me to get up at the right time and to go to sleep in a way that is peaceful and driving me. I have different mantras and goals on my cards. You were talking about the 3x5 cards. I have them in my bedroom so that before I even go to bed, I can't not see it because it's right next to my alarm clock, and remind myself that, what I'm doing and allowing my subconscious to absorb that while I sleep. I don't know what happens when the sleep, the science works and that's all that matters. I don't have the science to explain it, but yes, stuff is happening when I'm sleeping because I've put that focus in there right before I hit the pillow.
Absolutely. And like we were talking, so further in the morning, after we have our meeting and then that's when I really hit exercising. Movement's huge for me. So I don't have enough time to get going in the morning, or I'd be getting up at 2 a.m. Before our meeting. So then after this, I'm going to head out for my big exercise. It's either a run or a walk, and then some follow up if I want to do some weight lifting, that sort of thing. So that I look forward to that every day. And I'll listen to Sean Croxton then, or if later on during the day, I'll do it also when tidying up. But the fun thing about that is I'll get ready to go and I'll forget what day it is. And, unfortunately, he doesn't do it on the weekend. And so I'll go and I'll look for it. And I'm like, where's my quote of the day? And I'll realize it's, it's not a day. So I have to scroll back through, and I just kind of do like the roulette and just tink. Okay, that's what I'm listening to that day. So yeah, definitely a huge part of my routine. It also helps if throughout the day, if I feel myself starting to tank, I just go right back to that, because I can go to him, listen to something, and then what I've always used him for is, if I hear a speaker that really is resonating with me, then I'll go jump into the full thing that he gives you. This is where I got this from, and so that really helps set my mind. And then when I use that in conjunction with the movement, it's super powerful. So yeah, movement's huge for me. It's always my go-to. I absolutely love it. Any other things? You meditate, you said also, right, Taylos, like later in the afternoon as well?
Yeah, mid-afternoon, do probably about half an hour. Usually write my goals before that. So yeah, I've got a A4 scrapbook that I just write them down in. Takes up the whole page, so it's quite good. Using that muscle memory, also activating the cortex and the brain, activating that part of the brain. So it works on so many different levels, physically writing them down.
If I remember correctly, you have amazing handwriting.
Thank you.
That's helpful. Awesome. Well, I'm so excited because as we have talked about this, there's a lot of things that we could try. And the way we've even come to our routines isn't just, naturally. We had to try these things out and see what worked for us and when it worked and what order. And of course, like a month ago, I wasn't doing any of the things I just shared. I was doing some of it. I was doing my meditation, but I had to get up a lot earlier now that we meet together. We have our team meetings this early, and figuring out, okay, what is the best way for me to be my best self for this meeting, but also for my whole day, incorporating this meeting. And this certainly helps because a lot of our goals are shared, and we're able to chat about that and revisit that every single day. We meet probably more than any other executive team meets in businesses. So that's really a gift. But yeah, thinking about how we got here and how we explored and tested things out, it wasn't a smooth process for sure. For me, figuring out the right time, and it got earlier and earlier, and I never thought I could do it. But look at me now, I'm at 4:30 and just rocking it. But yeah, we had to try things out. And so that's super exciting because we're going to be launching a new challenge next week. So what is that going to look like?
That is going to be, I'm so excited to be able to offer this to people, because it really is. And I get to play around and fit different things in, because this is new, as far as with our meetings and that sort of thing. And I'm still trying to figure out how to make the meditation work. And normally I like doing my exercises first thing off. So there might be some adjusting there, with the group. I want to grow and learn. So we'll be offering the morning movement. Also, you'll be giving us some meditations. We'll be going over a lot of different valuable things that we've shared here as part of our routines, and other things that we are aware of and bringing in and offering. So it's really exciting to have more people and more influence to help show them what's worked for us, what we've seen work for other people as well, and to really help guide people through that, to show them, hey, well, if this isn't working for you here, why don't we try it out here? And just to be able to flow and to really have people start their day off with intention and making their days the best days ever. Because really, by the end of the day, you're just so full, and it's part of living life. It's really like the way it's meant to be. So I'm really excited to be able to offer this. And I like watching like the changes that people go through, you know what I mean? And the excitement, and And when something clicks for them, if it's just like one thing, they can just take away one thing and it clicks for them and it helps brighten their day, then that just absolutely fills me up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if you're the kind of person that is interested in anything that we've shared here about our morning routines and you want to try it out for yourself, this challenge is going to be perfect for you, especially if you're the kind of person that is just really struggling with trying to squeeze in these things. Like, you want to exercise, or you want to meditate, but you're just finding a hard time to squeeze it in the midst of all the other responsibilities, and the idea of maybe waking up any earlier is just like a really daunting task. We can work through that together and we can hold each other accountable. So whatever the case may be, this is your challenge, and you're able to set your intention on what you want to get out of it, so that in a couple weeks from now, you can be waking up fully confident that you know exactly what you need to do to have the best day ever. You've tried things out, you've worked through them, you've gotten help, you've gotten the accountability, and now you can confidently wake up, greet the day with gratitude like we do. Like, I think about what I would have thought of us sharing this, a year ago, just like waking up with gratitude, like I roll, right? Like that would have been like so crazy to me to think about, but yet I know the results I get when I am intentional in the morning. That sets the whole tone for the rest of the day. And so, yeah, like Melanie said, there's going to be a lot in the group, but you get to basically choose your own adventure and pick off, the a la carte menu. If you really want to get deep into meditations, guess what? All 14 days, we're going to have a new meditation published early enough. Wherever you are, whatever time zone you're in, we're there for you and we'll have things for you. Melanie will be doing movement. Our wonderful Taylos is awake when we're just been waking up. And so he can hold you accountable to whatever it is, whether you want to wake up early or you want to do certain things. He's going to call you out for sure. Absolutely. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to be live on there, and we're also going to get together as a group. There's within the 14 days, I think we're going to meet like 4 different times. Again, all of this is optional. This is not some more thing. This is not another thing to add to your plate, but rather it's an opportunity for you to explore how you can adjust so that you can get incredible results in your life. Am I missing anything? Anything else you want to say about this? We're going to actually link the challenge in the comments of this video. So feel free to check it out, join our group, get started. As soon as you join, you'll be able to download our journal and get a whole sense of what you could create in this challenge.
Yeah, we're super excited to see you, and we're looking forward to seeing what your life's going to look like in 2 weeks. So we're really excited.
Yeah, jump on in, have a go and see what fits, and look forward to seeing the results at the end of the challenge.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a good morning, everyone.